General Mercier, your role is to oversee NATO's transformation. How will that transformation impact on defence and security in this region?
In fact, when I'm asked what is transformation, the key question is what do we transform? And what we transform is the military posture and the military forces of NATO. And why I say that, because that concerns the lessons learned we can have from operations, that concerns the partnership we are developing, that concerns the interoperability and the capabilities. And on all these areas, there is a huge endeavor to continue to work with many nations in the world. And this is why, regarding the partnerships, NATO has not limited its partnership to the Euro-Atlantic area, but we have many partners who are in the Eurasian area.
So you can see NATO becoming a global alliance?
I cannot say that. NATO will continue to focus on the Euro-Atlantic area. This is the basis of the Washington Treaty. However, we have to recognize the global nature of the threats today. And this global nature of the threats leads us to have a global approach regarding situation awareness. That does not mean that NATO wants to have a clear role in Asia, but that means that the early sign of a crisis that could open in the Euro-Atlantic area could be found in Asia and vice versa. So we need to have this global awareness, global view, and this possibility to be engaged together with many nations, as we did in Afghanistan, and as we are doing today in Afghanistan.
Is it possible to say what your rules and regulations would be if, heaven forbid, a conflict did break out in this region?
That's a very question of a very political nature. But again, the key question is in the fight against terrorism and in the recognition of the common threats that we have. We need to be ready to any kind of scenarios in the future. And this is why we have this range of partners. And this is why we are working hard to develop interoperability of forces. NATO has always been very, very good at developing interoperability between forces and nations. And we are doing that today with some nations from this part of the world. And that's important because we never know what the future would look like.
So should you therefore consider appointing a special representative for Asia?
I'm here with the Assistant Secretary General who is working on partnerships. And the key question is how we continue to strengthen the partnership with the nations of this part of the world, how we have a better understanding of the challenges the ASEAN countries are facing, because this is absolutely, again, essential for NATO, and vice versa. So that's very important that we continue to strengthen these partnerships. And this is why I'm here, understanding and strengthening the partnerships.
Just finally, given the incredible breadth and range of delegates represented here from all different countries, what value is the Shangri-La Dialogue to NATO?
The great value is to look at the challenges of this area. I was absolutely amazed this morning by some of the comments by ministers highlighting the challenges in this area, and we are facing exactly the same problems and challenging in the Euro-Atlantic area. When I heard this morning that one of the challenges to strengthen the alliances, second, to empower nations to be able to face these challenges on their own, and third, to develop very relevant forces. I mean, this applies exactly to the Euro-Atlantic area. So, facing the same problem, if we have a good dialogue, we can develop the same solutions or consistent solutions, especially associating together the nations who have the same values.
General, thank you for your time.
Thank you.